to Let's Talk Marriage, where we speak marriage through.
Transparency. You make me sick.
I know, I love you too.
You know what? I am really, really just upset with you. I wonder,
Oh,
there are a lot of technical things that goes on in the background. And let me tell you, he just does things and I'm like, do you want to test this stuff first? And he's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll go ahead and test it. Then while we're live, he's like, mic check, test it, 1, 2. I'm like, can the people hear that, you think? He's like, I don't know, probably can. So guess what? You guys probably heard that, and then it is what it is. I am so tired. I'm too tired to just go through all of this with you today. You be doing the most.
this is for you. It is for you.
Whatever. So we are your hosts, Ilias and Taisha Carvel.
Carvel.
Thank you so much for joining and tuning in with us on today. We are super excited to be here yet again, and we thank you guys for your prayers and also just listening and streaming in with us every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. We know that your time is very valuable. And so we just really, really appreciate you guys for just taking out the little time that you do to spend with us. So for those of you, if it's your first time, you can always find us on Apple Podcasts. You can find us on YouTube right here every Sunday night at 8. You can also find us on, we're on Reddit. So you can find us on Reddit. You can find us on Instagram. We're on Spotify, and we're also on iHeartRadio. So if you want to know about those things, you can also see it right here in our lower area where you see our name tag. All those things are there for your reminder. Please make sure that while you're on that you like, comment, tag, and share.
Please do.
Please do. We are actually growing. We're a growing community, and we're having fun doing this.
Yeah.
This has been really, really fun. This has been a journey that you actually thought about it a while back, and we're doing this, and it's fun. It's definitely different. It's definitely different. Each time we come on, it's always something new, something we've never seen before. So we really just appreciate coming on. Anything you want to share?
Well, number one thing I could really say that we are about that family life. We enjoy talking about helping couples grow into something amazing by talking about our experience. If it don't relate to you, like my wife always says, maybe somebody else you may relate to, and you send it to them.
Yeah.
We try our best to be authentic as possible.
Authentic.
You got it.
God dang, Tatung.
Yes, as possible, and be transparent because the way we grow is through somebody else's testimony.
I agree. I really do agree with that. So without further ado, we are going to go straight into our topic for today, which is in regards to roles in the relationship. Now, the reason we brought this up was not only because TD Jakes had a thing going where he went viral saying that women are being men. And then I actually watched something with Tony Gaskins. And Tony Gaskins is an author. He has been married for about 15 years or so. And something he said actually struck me. And not only that, I've been seeing different men now. They've been saying so many different things in regards to women and women actually being entrepreneurs and doing all these wonderful things for themselves. And what's happening is I'm seeing some men shrink back and they want the roles of women and men to come back. So one of the things I heard Tony Gaskin say, he says that that the life of a woman is miserable. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. But what he said is that he doesn't want to do what a woman has to do daily. I understood what he was saying. He wasn't being rude or disrespectful or anything. He's saying the things that his wife has to do, a lot of these things he just can't do. Would you agree with that, Ilias? Do you think that you can do what I do every day?
No, all of it. No, not all of it. I have to agree because, it's some things that honestly I have not been taught on how to do. I don't
Like, give
do.
me an example. What's that?
Well, and I can't really say that part because I cook. I could clean. I don't clean as well as you do. I believe that within the roles that we are playing in our marriage, if I can say it that way, um, what she's good at, she do. What I'm good at, I do. But can I do what she do at times? No, because certain things that she do, I am completely confused with. She'd get up in the morning time and organize the house so fast. I'm like, what in the world is going on there? How the heck? And I'm looking like, because I just get up and do it myself. You got kids, let them do it.
Yeah.
So it's like, she's good in getting the kids up and getting them do what they need to do. Where versus me, I just get them to do it myself.
Yeah, no, because we have children, I am not, and they're bigger children. So there is no reason for us to have to get up, wash all these dishes, and we didn't put them in the sink, you
Correct.
know? So we're not going to do that. I'm not going to sit here and you go to work all day and we have, big girls. They're not like they're 5 and 6. I mean, they're 15 and 14 and our son is 10, so they can do different things, around the house. They can help. We don't have to do this alone. So that's why it's easy for me to get out and do these things a little bit quicker than you can. And then, they don't want to hear my mouth. So
Yeah.
it is what it.
I'm gonna do it for mama say something about it.
Absolutely. So, I believe that we are living in a day where women are not sitting back and allowing men to run all over them anymore.
Um, that's
Why are you so stuck today? You look like you need a minute. You had a nap.
I did. It was a good nap.
Okay, you need to take a deep breath because you're the one that came up with this topic.
Let me get my point across.
Get your point across.
I'm trying to get it said without being.
I'm gonna sip my juice.
Yeah, sip your juice. In many different ways, men have lost their identity in their marriage. I spoke to one guy. He'd been married over 20 years, and he said he didn't understand his role until just recently.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had sons, and he didn't teach them everything. He felt like he failed his own sons.
So, but what does he mean by his role? What is his
As
role?
in, nobody gave him the tools he needed to help make his marriage as successful. To even his wife complained that you're not being attentive to her. So it's like, in many different ways, a lot of men don't understand their roles, and they come out to the house. All they ever seen is their mother, how their reaction or act in the home. They don't see the father being active in the home. So it's not. They don't have that necessary good example of a father on how to be a father or a husband.
So what does it mean then to be a man? I wish more men were on right now. And if you are even in the background, y'all come on in the room. And if you want to, you can actually call in at 754-303-9976 to have your voice to be heard, so that we can hear you and actually so you can share your comments and your concerns and some experiences that you've been through that you would like for us to know. So we would definitely like to hear from you. So you can post your comments and you can also give us a call in. But with that being said, I think that, back then, back in the days of our grandmother, because I'm not going to say our mothers, because a lot of our mothers they started to wean away from the traditional roles of, okay, you're the husband, you do this, that, and the other. You go to work, you come home, and then the woman's role was to take care of the house. So what does that entail? We cook, we clean, we wash clothes, we make sure that we feed you, that you got your plate, that we made lunch, and that we did all these things. When you study and do the research on how women gained their independence, and I'm saying independence from men, a woman was never she was never her own. You know what I'm saying, so to speak. Like I know some of our mail comes in and it says Mrs. Ilias Carvel, and I'm just like, is it for me or is this for you? And but when I open it up, it's my information, it's all my stuff that's on there, and I'm just like, but I'm my own person. My name isn't Mrs. Ilias. My name is Taisha. So those roles that some men are saying that women should go back to. What does that mean for the women? If let's say we did just go back to what our grandmothers and grandfathers did, I mean,
It,
what would that mean for the woman?
honestly, that would never happen. I don't believe that would ever happen again, because the time have changed. Even down to the men have changed. We have more. If I could say,
No, you can't. Be very careful of
let
that
me
word.
finish.
Oh, okay. Go
You
ahead.
have more men that don't understand how to be a man,
Uh-huh.
and it's so complex to them till they think being a man is doing this or doing
Does
that.
your head hurt? You got your hand
No,
on
I'm
your
thinking. I'm thinking. I'm
Oh, you're
thinking. Use my
thinking.
brain. Gosh, you know
Use your
they,
brain, baby.
they really to the point where when you try to explain to them about the role of a father, they say, "No, my mother didn't teach me that. My mother said this is what a man's supposed to do," and I'm looking like, but that don't make sense.
You have to give an example.
Well,
What
okay,
Give an example of what is it
most
that
men are quiet in the house. When you got with me, I was quiet, was I not?
you were?
And I had to learn my role in this home on how to get this house to function to a point where you could have relaxed, right? So that's why I understand why he says that most wives are miserable, because their husband's voice have been mute to a point they wish their husband would stand up and take charge, or at least do something that would take the burden off them, where they could say, okay, honey, okay, my honey's husband home, I can relax a little bit. Okay, I gotta get up and do this. Okay, no. When I get home, sometimes you sit there and say, "Oh, your daddy home? I ain't gotta do nothing. I'm good now." Cause you understand. When I come home, I'm not complaining about. I'm just gonna do it because why? I understand being home with them with my three kids is not an easy task. So I don't get angry like, "Oh, why didn't they cook? Why? No, here, baby, what you want to eat? I got that because you must have had a stressful day.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, go in the room, lay down. I got this. I know I had to go to work. I know this X, Y, and Z, but no, I know you had a rough day. Cause let me get your head right now. You got that one vein coming up, and your eye winking on kind of on the left side, and you getting agitated, and then every time when the kids say something, it's like you want to say something. No, leave your mama alone.
I
It's
think that when the man is home, if he's a real man, like you're right, you used to be quiet all the time, and I never understood that. And all I knew was to be loud, and I just barked all the time. I'm just yelling, 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 yelling. And it is and was annoying to sit and yell all day at the children. And there wasn't nothing was getting resolved. So my thing is when you say roles, I don't think that there are roles. I think there is responsibilities.
there we go.
So my thing is that if you know that I've been home all day with the children, and not only that, like, because there are things that I do that you don't even know that I do.
Oh, I know.
And then I know sometimes you're like, oh, you did that. I'm like, yes, this is what I do all day. Like, you don't know that I do this, but this is what I do to make things easier for you. Anybody who knows me, and you know that I do not like to cook. It's not that I can't. I don't like to. I was taught by my grandmother I can throw down in the kitchen if I want to.
Oh,
But
yes,
I
you can.
just don't
Yes, yes.
like to, because I'm dealing with the children all day. Then you want me to turn around and cook, and we have our own personal business. You want me to do all the I can't. So I just at some point I just stop. But what he's not going to come home to, you're not coming home to a nasty house.
Oh no.
The children are not going to be all over the place. The house is spotless when you come home.
Correct.
So my thing is that those are the things that I want to take care of. When you come home and you cook, it is a huge weight lifted
Yeah.
off of me. And I know when you come home and I've cooked, you're just like, oh my God, I can just go straight to wherever you want to go and do. And that's when I've had like the most amazing day
Yeah.
where I'll get in there and I'll say, well, let's cook something for your dad and we'll all do it together. But it doesn't always happen that way. For the life of me, I cannot see myself as an entrepreneur getting up, doing all these particular things all day, and you get to come home and just go where you want to go, but I still have to deal with the children until it's time to go to bed. That's not fair.
No, it's not fair. That's why, responsibility in the house is greater than what we think it is. And I believe it's everybody's responsibility to make sure the house run as smooth as possible. That means it may be times I may have to come home and clean up.
That's not often though. But you do often
No,
have to come
I don't
home
say
and
all the
cook.
time. I say come home and clean up as maybe you have to pick the clothes off the floor because you
Yeah,
may be tired sometimes.
this
And I
is true.
understand that. I mean, gee whiz, you got your own business to worry about. You got the kids, you got that the kids homeschool, and sometimes they just don't cooperate.
This is true. Yeah,
They act like they just don't want to do nothing,
they
and you got
do.
to almost have to get up and get the whip out, like
And
hey,
bully them.
and bully them
Yeah,
and threaten them. Say if y'all don't get this done, I'm gonna take your phones away. I'm turning TVs off
yeah.
until they get up and do what they had to do. And it's like it is very stressful at times. You know, I get like when I go to work at night and don't come on to the afternoon.
Don't tell these people that. I don't need nobody knocking on this door.
Oh, I feel sorry for them. They do.
Go
I really feel really sorry for them. But
ahead.
anyway, when I come home, I don't worry about, oh my God, did my wife cook? I don't care about that. I come home, I'll be happy to come home. When I come home, I know I'm coming home to peace. I'm
You
coming
are.
home to something that I know I left home is still the same way. Uh, and if I gotta do, I gotta do. But you know why? Because it's still my responsibility. It's not just all her responsibility to take care of the home.
Now I have a quick question because the time is winding down and we're only on here until 8:30.
Correct.
But so my question is the rising entrepreneur is a single mother, not men. The rising entrepreneur is the single mother. Men have left women home in the house so much with their children that they've said, you know what? I got to figure out something because if the man is not going to come and I won't say rescue me, but help me to figure out this home thing, the women have had to figure it out for themselves. So when we talk about roles, when a man says that they want a woman to submit, my question is what do you want her to submit to? Because we're not going back. Some of these women are not going all the way back to their grandmother days where the grandma allowed or the men were cheating. They got other wives and other places. They're doing all sorts of things. Women
Mm-hmm.
are not doing that anymore. They don't have to do it. A man says that they want to feel needed, but a woman has to have something. You have to have something to give her, to make her want you. There's so many things that I believe that men have, but when they are challenged, especially, and I'm going to say this, and I know that it may ruffle some feathers. That's an insider. I'm not even telling y'all that.
Nope.
So I know it may ruffle some feathers, but when a black man will go and rescue a white woman, and we had a show about this, they'll go, I've seen them, a black woman will stick by them, they're in high school, they're going to college, they're doing all these things together. Then when they get on, it's just like Kanye said, then they get on and then they leave you for a white girl. And I'm just like, I don't see that too much because my circle of friends, they're all, with they're black entrepreneurs. They're married to men that are black and things like that. But I do see a lot of men say that black women they're too much. And I'm like, what's too much when you challenge the very thing? Like I remember challenging you and you were like, man, like, this, what you got going on? But there were some things that God had showed me that was on the inside of you. And I had to challenge those things to help bring it out. This is why I'm your helpmeet, to help you to see the things that God had shown me, just like God showed you some things about me. I needed you to see the things that God had showed me about you. And I couldn't let you just be slack.
Number one, when you say submit, when I think about submit, what is the woman submitting to? Correct. But the men have to be submissive to love that woman correctly so she knows what she's submitting to. Because if I'm not loving my wife, if I'm not submitting, word again? Oh, I'm tired. Submission. If I'm not submission, if I'm not submitted the love to my wife like I'm supposed to, how can I expect her to submit to me? That's number one. Number two, when I look at the relationship in these days and time, even when I look at the social media, go to movies and whatnot, you see that they promote interracial marriage more than anything else. They even make it seem that if you marry a black man, you will not be happy. If a man married a black woman, he cannot be successful. And
now,
it's
sad. Let's do the background of it. This was an old post written by an author from the I want to say it was the Washington Post, but I don't think Post. It was the Washington Post. Now this was an article. You guys can go back to one of our videos.
It was a video I sent to a lot of men, where one brother break it down about where is our black men, where is our men, period. Because when you look at the definition of men, it's almost invisible. And now when you get when a woman get with a black man, she expect to see this marvelous thing to stand up, and all she sees is emptiness. Because the men don't know how to. Then he's talking about, well, she's too strong for me, but you supposed to be stronger.
But if they don't know how, and we're gonna have to get ready to go here in a minute.
That's the thing.
If they don't know how, and women, you're gonna be upset when I say this. When I say this, I know you're going to be upset, but please forgive me. But know that I'm saying this in love. The reason why a lot of our men are the way that they are, and you're not getting the results that you want to see, is not because the men are raising them, it's because you are raising them. And now I know that is a hard pill to swallow, because when women are just like, oh, I know these men are nothing, well, I'm like, well, who the heck are raising them?
And then
because if a real man is raising or helping to raise, the child will have a balance.
Yeah.
And I've said a long time before, and I'm not trying to cut you off, but I said a while back, like, I like when I'm talking to my son and he doesn't do what I tell him to do, not that he's trying to be disrespectful to me, but it's that he is trying to manipulate me, because he knows how much I just love him. I just kiss on him. I just love him so much. But when my husband walks through the room and he says, hey, boy, listen to your mother, he straightens up and he's like, I'm sorry, Mom. And he'll just go and he'll just walk off. But my son will have a balance. He's getting the nature versus nurture. He's getting the nurture. He's getting some nature. He's getting it all. He's going to be very well-rounded, so that he doesn't have to be garbage going into a relationship. Now, he's going to be a little spoiled, and that's going to be on me. And I'll explain that to his wife.
And the thing is, what my wife, in our relationship, sometimes the tongue of a woman could be very rotten.
Mm-hmm.
Very rotten.
Mm-hmm.
And you would tear that man down before you even get a chance to stand up. Because remember, now, a lot of these men that is coming out, they don't even know how to be men. And it takes a special woman to help bring that man out of him.
I agree.
And if you don't know how to do it, please don't mess this man up. Absolutely. Let him go.
Mm-hmm.
Because all you're doing is making another man somebody else garbage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree. Well, we're not going to, like I said, be before you long. It is 8:25, and it is time for our pillow talk. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. So we have this segment that we bring in, and it's called Pillow Talk. So what is Pillow Talk? Pillow talk is us talking and communicating about some things that we would usually do during pillow talk.
Correct.
But then my husband, I said, well, we're in the bed, we're asleep. He was like, how you sleep? And we up talking. So that was last week. So this week, I'm saying it better. These are some things that you would talk about during pillow talk. So we're going to bring these questions out. And if you guys want to comment on these or have these questions for you and your spouse later,
Exactly.
you can definitely do so. So I have a wild card here.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared. You're looking right at the card. So I want to set an intention for this week and stick to it.
Okay,
So
let's go.
Can you set an intention for this week and stick to it? What do you intend to do and we stick to it?
Ooh.
Not we together, but something that you can say that you want to do and you stick to it. You're always so quiet.
I know, because you ask a question, I have to really think about it. I just do. I just get up and do things. I don't think about what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so this is my intention that I want to stick to.
Go ahead.
I want to intend to get Sarah's stuff settled online tomorrow and send her stuff out to these teachers. So I got to do that. Well, not the teachers, but the homeschool people. And that's one of my main intentions. I have to do that. Okay.
But my intention this whole week is still to come home the way I left the house.
Please come home the way you left the house.
In good condition, looking good.
There you go. There you go. So these are just some questions that you guys can, even, like I said, do at home with your spouse and just love on each other and just bring up just some general questions. This is what we do when we're in the bed and my mind is just roaming out. I just start asking him questions.
Sometimes you ask the best questions in bed.
Yeah, you do. You do.
And then you may be surprised with the answer. You might get.
Absolutely. I agree. Look at you. Have I ever challenged your worldview?
Yes. You have.
Okay. So how?
Yes. The way certain things I say, like for instance, the way I may see when I used to think about marriage, you challenge the way it is, or you challenge the way I may speak about marriage, where I actually look at it a lot different now from when we first got married. They've even challenged me when it come down to our finance. They even challenged me even about how I look.
Ooh. So, you've challenged my worldview to let me know that everybody isn't out to get me, and to keep it with the people who piss me off and don't bring it in the house.
Yeah.
But also looking at the world not through the lenses of what I see on social media. So you've challenged me in that area, and so shutting off social media has been something that I think we all need to do for a little bit, just kind of shutting it down for a bit and taking a step back and thinking about ourselves and our homes and the things that we want to do differently, because social media can share one way that they've done things, but they don't show you the grime and all the background things that cause them to look as good as they do now. They don't show you the bad stuff.
I just say they show you a false reality.
Yeah, they show you a false. Thank you for clearing it up a little bit, because I was all tied up too. Who in your life do you feel you can be your most vulnerable with, and explain?
Everybody I was spoken to.
Wait a minute. You can be vulnerable with everybody?
Can I finish my
Go ahead, because I thought you said everybody.
Everybody I have been speaking to or spoken to, only person I'm actually able to express myself with is you. On how things was even when I'm growing up as a child, or things relationship with my father, with my daughter, even my mom, even with us. So I'm more vulnerable with you than anybody else. I tend to kind of standoffish with other people.
Yeah, that's good, because I have to know you were together, So we're best friends, right?
Yeah, we besties.
We're besties. We even have on the same shirt today. Shut up. You always trying to be funny. So I feel that I can be my most vulnerable, not only with you, there's somebody else too.
Oh,
Faith.
Faith is getting to you.
Our daughter, I can literally like she knows how to bring, she's only 12 and that is too much.
She's a good talker.
She's a good talker, but she knows how to sit. She sits with me. If I'm crying for whatever reason, she I don't know if God speaks to her,
She got a little wisdom. I gotta
but
give it to her.
she comes and she's like, you don't need to do all this crying, mommy. She'll get a warm rag and she'll put it on my face, and I can be very vulnerable with her. I would love to see our how we are going to grow as mother and daughter later, and how we would probably develop into a nice little friendship.
Yeah.
I really love her.
I think she's a very chronic thinker.
Yeah, she's a lot like you. You and her are like the same person. That's why I'm very, very I don't want her to date. I don't want her to date because she's gonna be too good.
Nope.
Anywho, how can I add 1% more happiness to your life?
Ooh. Oh, that's a very good question. 1% for me is being with you another century. Waking
I
up
don't
with,
think you knew how to answer that question.
it's for me is I don't think I need anything else but you. And that's how I feel. 1% of you is like having 101% now. So it's like I
Oh,
am
that's so safe. You're so safe. Because I got something.
I'm happy.
Okay. That ain't my answer. I just want you
Well,
to know
that's
that right
my
now.
answer. Right now, that's my
That's a
answer.
very sweet answer. Oh, that's so sweet.
You want a kiss?
Oh, you just want one. And no, you're not kissing me on this show.
Oh, I'm gonna get that kiss.
Later, you can kiss me later. So my 1% that you could make me happier is well, there are two.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, you're already working on it. And the second one is if you can cook that chicken that I like.
What
If you-
chicken?
the chicken with the zesty sauce that you used to make when I was pregnant. You stopped making that.
The
you can-
Italian chicken?
yeah, you can make that. That would make me happy over some jasmine rice.
Well, you gotta
Boy,
make, well,
can
you
you
gotta
make that tomorrow?
you gotta make some veggie lasagna then.
Forget it. You can keep it to yourself. I ain't cooking nothing. Listen, thank you guys for coming on the show. We see your comments onto the side. And Miss Henrietta Carvel says that Pillow Talk has been a great addition to the program. Yay, we hope that it would.
Our main goal is that what we do here, you do at home as well. You practice
Absolutely.
it with your spouse.
Yes.
Because, we try to promote communications with our couples.
Absolutely. So promoting this communication and doing all this stuff, this is absolutely great. And we're not staying on so long so we can give you guys a part 2. And it's not drawn out and all dragged out,
And I can spend some time with my wife.
Yeah, we can spend some time together.
Mm.
Oh my goodness, you got to get your life together. I promise you.
I'm with you.
So with that being said, please make sure that you guys go and you, like I said, you can follow us on all these different social platforms, which is you have Apple Podcasts, you have right here at YouTube every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Then we are on Reddit. Reddit is like a Facebook, but it allows you to do so much more. So you guys have to get over to Reddit. If you have a business or anything, Reddit would be the place that you would want to go.
Because the people on there actually help give you some advice.
They do.
And ideas.
Yeah, they do. They do. And there are other different platforms and things like that we're tapping into. But it's so much social media, like, oh my gosh, it's just annoying. We're also on Instagram. You can find us on Spotify and also iHeartRadio.
Woo-hoo.
So you guys can always find us there. But without further ado, or any other delays, we have one more thing that we wanted to post here, which is every let me move this out the way so we can see them. Gee whiz, I'm telling you, it's a lot of buttons I gotta click over here. So every Why did I put
Sunday?
every night? But every
No,
Sunday night. I changed this thing and I got to
it's the
change it
second
again because
time.
this is my second time because last time I had it at 8 o'clock.
Well, at least she's
But
getting the verbiage right this time.
we got the verbiage right.
Yeah.
So it's every Sunday night at
At
7
7 o'clock.
p.m. You have a Father's Note promoting fathers through building men. It is with Minister Lionel Nelson. Let me tell you, he has wonderful content over there. You guys, before sometimes people are always saying, "Oh, I don't have nothing to watch. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do that." There are different shows on here from everyday people like you and me that want to see people succeed, and we are a little bit tangible. I literally do this for a living. Not only do I do this for a living, I have my own personal business. I'm a private therapist. I work with families. I have so many different resources. So it's not like I'm not tangible. These big name people, they're not. You can't go on Ayana Fix My Life. You got to be a star to do that. We can watch her shows, but it's still not helping you to fix your life. So we have people that are in place, like Minister Lionel Nelson, and there's so many other people that are out there that are doing something good. They have wonderful content, great shows. We follow some of them ourselves. Like they're really good people. So you don't sit and say you can't find it. Social media is giving you a bunch of garbage, but you don't have to receive the garbage. Right?
They say when you're looking for knowledge, you have to seek for it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you want something good, you will find it. You will find it. Well, anywho, we are done. If all hearts and minds are clear, like they say in the church,
Amen.
we love you guys with the love of the Lord. Continue to pray for us as we pray for you. And
Yes.
remember, even though this show may not be for you, maybe your marriage is perfect. We don't know. But there is someone out there who may need to hear something like this. They may need to understand a little differently. And we may be explaining it the way they need to hear it.
Correct.
So make sure that you comment, you tag, you like, and you share right here, even on YouTube. If you're not already a subscriber, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button so that you can get the little the jingle bell to let you know when we're going
Jingle
to.
bell.
It is a jingle bell. That's what I think it is. So it will let you know when we're coming back live again. But I just told y'all we're coming every Sunday night at 8 p.m. With that being said, thank you guys so much for coming on to Let's Talk Marriage. We love you all, and stay prayerful.
And stay blessed.
Bye.
Bye-bye.